What's up, guys? This is the Rifleman, and I am back to bring you to the next episode of my Empire Total War Let's Play as the Maratha Confederacy. And in this episode, we are marching towards Ahmedabad, and the garrison of the city is coming out to attack us. So we've got to smartly respond and destroy them. We've got plenty of cavalry, so we should be fine. Then let's crack on. Yes, mostly it's about fighting for this city plus Calcutta. Taking both of those would be the stage at which I think we will try and seek peace, just to gather our forces and then continue the war at a later date. And we do have to bear in mind we have to swing south and start attacking Portugal and Mysore to make the territory coherent and Maratha. But that's in the future. Let's worry about the now for the time being. On this lovely bit of high ground. Well, the guns, they're just going to start firing. We need to get our infantry line up. We're spread out just to try and minimize our casualties to gunfire. Actually, let's put the bulk of our melee infantry right. One unit left. The bulk of our, maybe all of our cavalry left in the open ground. Get people moving up. The lancers out. Good opportunity to witness the shot patterns. Oh, actually, okay, they're coming up to us now. Okay, that's quite interesting. Okay, I think the game is going to be form a defensive line. Form a defensive lines. If they want to march into our lines, we are more than happy to. You have a unit of guns at the back, but we're not worried about them. We just want to get our infantry set up into line. To be honest, just to keep our infantry a bit safe, we might focus fire their guns. See, one unit can keep engaging the horse archers. The general staff is running. Let's get both our gunners working on the horse archers, because once they're cleared out, our cavalry have free rein. When the time is right, our cavalry contingent on the left can sweep around, start knocking these units out one at a time. You're going to already have to move forward and take out those light archers, because they outrange our infantry. And withdraw. Dynamic swordsmen and light archers bring up some of my melee troops. So cavalry on the right are going to hit the archers, and then they're going to carry on into the Islamic swordsmen. Cavalry still killing the horse archers. Go, 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 go. E-men whip around. Hit the Asham's infantry. Recover. Cavalry stay on the move. Okay, let's gang up on these horse archers. Gunners engage the enemy artillery. Okay, we're ganging up on the horse archers. That's working. Cavalry whip around the flank. Crash into the dervishes because they're already quite weak. Although you might actually spin into the back of the horse archers just to make sure they go down. Cavalry's going to be charging uphill in a moment, so they're not going to like that. Gun cease fire. Enemy general's been killed. Tribesmen crash into the light archers. Good. Kill the last of these archers. Infantry storm up quickly just to try and get in the way of those Apps there. Cavalry come back. Hindu warriors are winning decisively against the dervishes, but they are in poor condition. Everybody broke there. See if we can crash into the dervishes and get rid of them before anything too bad happens. Lancers have just hit them. Excellent. My Hindu warriors go attack the gunners. Apart from that, though, I think, for the most part, that's going to be it. Mopping up time. No, they're too far away. Go. Yeah, we are going to continue, that's for darn sure. I think it's everybody against the gunners. Only one last gunner though. There's this unit all the way in the distance that is going to successfully rout, but still good victory, lots of casualties for the Mughals there. Not bad at all. We're going to need to have, if as long as we've got some strong forces on the front near Persia. To be honest, after we destroy the Mughals, we might try and make peace with Persia, at least temporarily, just so we can build up a front line. Then we can start focusing on the south. Overcome Mysore, capture that territory, kick the Portuguese out of Goa, then invade the Dutch in Ceylon, take them out, bring the territory under proper Indian control. There we go, we lost 500 men, it's not bad, but they lost more than 2,000. Now Venice are clearing out the Barbary States fleets. Islamic Emirate, I should say. 841 income that then. Good at all. Oh, it's because one of our ports is being blockaded. I think it might just be being raided. We're going to get that. This is even with the AI being the AI. Okay, you've taken that. But I might have to immediately give it up. Or at the very least... accurately move you guys up. Help reinforce. Real question is gang up on them. Can't get there in one turn, but you're ready. I can grab if next turn, if nothing bad happens, like you guys getting involved, I even can't get inside. Let's combine some of my weaker unit. Sabotage building. Try and assassinate their general. Got him. I wanted to try and sabotage their army. I'll stand my agent on the bridge, see if that factors into their calculus to not push me. His next turn, if I can get Calcutta, then we'll be away. Hit end turn. I can take Calcutta, make peace, push them all back, reform the lines, re-engage. It won't be very long before the Mughals... Well, I mean, that's assuming we can make peace, but... even if we make peace, the Mughals will... they won't tolerate it for too long. Any peace agreement that's been made. But I'm okay with that. As a faction, they are shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. But to a certain degree, it doesn't really matter too much if this escalates, and well, not escalates, if this continues on a bit too long, because they are losing their economic growth and their economic strength quite quickly, because they are still because they're shrinking, because their government is poor. It is choking their ability to move. Okay, troops coming out of Akbarabad. That's okay. Let's just withdraw the native unit. Here comes the blockade. The blockade's problematic, but Mysore's turn is now beginning. We'll attack Calcutta and then we'll make peace. I think so. We might not have a huge amount of money. We were on for 3,000, but we've had some ports have been blockaded, so we might get 1,000, maybe 2, 0. Minus 1,100 because of the blockades. Okay, so name of the game is to attack Calcutta and see if we can get a peace deal with Maratha. Lots of mortars, lots of not very good troops. Do this. Yes, if we can't make peace, then this becomes more problematic. But that's why I want to do it off the back of a decent victory this turn, but also a decent victory last turn. Otherwise, we're going to have to disband some troops, and I really don't want to do that. I need all these troops. I mean, I can kick the Mughals out of one of the territories easily enough. The others that are tricky. Okay, infantry line. Your job is to storm up relentlessly while the cavalry whip around the flanks and annihilate the enemy. Okay, we'll give everybody orders to start marching through town. The cavalry start moving. Okay. I might have to get my infantry to just start running, so I don't think... I'm not going to want them to be exposed to artillery fire for too long. The cavalry could actually tickle a unit or two. Let's get my infantry line up, let's do this properly. They are getting hammered though. As soon as everyone's up in position, we'll start shooting. Cavalry will get involved. There's the Mujahideen. Mujahideen. Oh, they look pretty good. We're committing engagement, right? You guys don't. We're doing. Cavalry push forward. We're getting to within their mortar fire minimum range now. Attack that Asham. Excellent. Push forward and hit that other mortar team. Ladar Lancers crash into the back of the Bengal infantry. Excellent. Infantry, form your line again. I think I might take the opportunity. You cannonball into the core of their army right here. Bring up the infantry to support the attack. Big rout. You man, make sure you're attacking this unit of rabble. You men, ceasefire. Excellent. Went for centre mass. Took them out. End the battle there because it's a city battle. The garrison is already destroyed. There's no sense. Well, there is sense if you want to get everybody's experience up a little bit more, but really I just want to see if we can make that peace deal, because if we can with the Mughals, they're dead. So in theory, they should reject it. But I am going to make it happen. I'm going to give them technology if I have to. They're not going to have long enough to exploit it if I do give it to them. Yes, go in. We can make peace. A lot of this will blow over. Not entirely, because we still don't have any money to make repair anything. Okay, Mughals. Give over. Yes. So we were bankrupt. Now we're getting a small income. Bring my here. Get this native militia unit into Surat. Can we trade with anybody new? Does not look like it. Bump up the noble policy just once because we are an absolute monarchy. Although that is causing our territories to start shrinking rather than growing. Okay, let's go to... Maybe not Britain. Poland. Apology. Offer. Square formation. 2,000. What about square formation for 1,000? Excellent. Then what about you, Denmark? Canister shot for 1,000. If I can trade with some of these smaller nations, I'll keep them alive. Friendly with Spain. Well, interested. Okay, but with a little bit of seed money, we can get these ports repaired. Or one of the ports repaired, at least. Then we can repair the government building here. Repair the government building here. Get a native militia unit here to go garrison Calcutta. Oh, I don't want a cotton plantation, I want a tea plantation. Awesome. Okay, but yeah, right now that means we can position an army to jump on Akbarabad immediately. We can push and take Naroon quite quickly, so then we'll pin the Marathas Mughals rather, up in that back corner. So we're up at 1600. Not very much, because lots of people are being... That's why. Lots of people on their end are being blockaded. So it won't just matter for us, it will also matter for our trade partners, that those trade routes become unblocked. The sea lanes need to be cleared. This is exactly why I tend to not like being a wholly trade-based economy, because the swings are just too big. I like having a strong tax base to run my economy, and trade is very much a useful extra rather than the baseline. I don't think we're going to see too many instances of not our trade port. Sweden's clearing the way though. Safavids are raiding. Good, the Mughals are falling back. They have no harbour, so as soon as we declare war on them, it's going to be another trade war again, effectively, because we don't have our own navy. Well, the Royal Navy have... they got overcome by the last pirate stack. 3,200 is what we should get next turn, but there's still pirates and raiders doing up to no good. Bankrupt, causing people to debt. Spend whatever money I can on reinforcement. Get the native militia over to Calcutta. Then hit end turn again, because now we should start seeing a bit more money come in. It's uncomfortable because, well, you know, the Mughals will declare war on us again soon. And our armies at the front haven't yet been replenished. So, were war to kick off now, we would be quite vulnerable. A little bit of help and some stronger allies fighting off their enemies. We should be in a much better place. Can't do much about the Safavids to the northwest raiding us, raiding our trade lanes. Pirate's gonna pirate. 3,000 is more like it. Still not ideal, but more like it. Because so many of our... Russia's being blockaded. I mean, not all of these are going through the... down to the Safavid. Will be... there's raiding elsewhere, must be. Don't all of our trades coming up this route. Or is it? Is that our route to trading with the West? Maybe it is. Want another farm here? I don't know if I... No, you can have a farm for now. Get everybody to start replenish. 2 turns till plug bayonet. Make our troops a little bit more robust in the melee fight. You guys move up to again. Really, I suppose where I need to get this spy is into Lahore. Well, there we go. Trade ports. Let's maybe not trade with Portugal. Hey, France. Trade Hyderabad for Newfoundland. No, do not want a large relationship like that. Square formation to Crimea. Yeah, why not? Kingdom of Scotland. Let's trade. For 180, yes. Knights of St. John, let's trade. Canister shot and you're giving me a bit of money. Sure, why not? Diana. Excellent. Able states don't want to trade with us. Okay, let's try France again. Counter offer. I give you none of that and I give you square formation instead. Counter offer, I give you none of that and I give you square and canister shot. No. Don't want to give you territory, but there we go. 5,000 attends, more like it. Getting a few more trade routes set up. Then when the war begins again against the Mughals, we're probably going to be raided. Our ports are going to be blockaded. But that's not a huge problem. When we take Akbarabad, we will get a second university. So whatever army we send capture the territory, it will probably be the Calcutta army. They will probably just have to sit there and babysit the territory because they are not going to like being ruled by another. But then that will be our second university. We're on the way there. You don't have a port to do anything with that navy. Starting to be more like it. All going to get hoovered up by reinforcing our armies because we really need armies back in the field. 6,500. The blockade is being lifted. Yes, I might do a bit of a switcheroo. This force might go east to deal with any raiders trying to get to Calcutta, while the Calcutta army sits here ready to strike for the city itself. Still shrinking, but they are getting better. There's their university. This army, when I attack them, I'd like to gobble them up and destroy them immediately. I just need to get the replenishment done as quickly as possible because at any turn, the Mughals can restart the war. Because that's what they've done in the past. It's not been me declaring on them, they've been declaring on me. Falling back to Neroon. So Neroon will be one of the battlegrounds against the Safavids when the time comes. I expect as soon as we have a front line, they're going to start sending armies to attack us. So we need to bear that in mind. Plug bayonet researched. Excellent. Let's get on and research common land enclosures. Because that's... the immediate military danger has passed somewhat. Prepare field, tea plantation, build a mine. And leave the territory. Okay. Get ready to try the old switcheroo. You'll go over here somewhere. These guys are still replenishing. You guys get another unit of infantry. Just because I gotta keep going. Gotta keep recruiting. You infiltrate Lahore because that's their major city. Still a lot of shrinkage here. Happy drink. I think we'll have one army here. They'll be able to deal with most of the pushes that come from Naroon. We'll have two armies here fighting around Akbarabad. One's probably going to have to start sparring with armies coming from Lahore. Okay, France, have you given up those silly ideas? Just accept a trade deal. And the Islamic Emirate, sure, why not? 7,000. Again, we are still being raided and lots of bad stuff's happening, but there's not a lot we can do about that at all. I suppose all we can really hope for is that somebody else goes, hey, wait a minute, and attacks that Safavid fleet for us. Okay, that was pretty rapid. Unit recruited. Yeah, you're up to strength. In terms of cobbled road. Couple of upgrades there. You're on the march, but you are replenishing to your fullest extent, and that's fine. Come on, if one army can attack them and just mop all them up, one army just attacks the city. Got this force out here, but that's just light infantry, effectively. One, two. Probably do with 2 units of Hindu warriors, then this army's done. Is you do with another gun, really? Then when the time comes, some Bengal infantry would help reinforce that army, considering they are the liberators of Calcutta. But once we've got India, we're going to be on fire. We're going to be doing a bit of turtle mode. If only they garrison the city, that'd have been perfect. Once we take it Barabad, that, like I said, that will get us a second school, which will be super useful. Ah, they found our agents. They're on to us now. You've got one gun team, then you need 2 Hindu warriors as well. Are all of our roads at least cobble roads or being upgraded to cobble roads? It looks like they are. I want my naval administration building. Those 2, you're done. I think we are now getting to a point where we have more cash than we can spend, which is good. Because you're going east, I'm going to recruit a couple of units of Bengal infantry, although they are only skirmishers. Let's actually build 1 Bengal infantry, 1 Bajir infantry, 1 Gardi musketeers. Our income's going back down now, but at least that army that's going to be garrisoning eastern edge of our territory, they can take on some minor forces and be pretty confident of a successful outcome. Dutch putting up a spirited defense against the French. I don't mind if the Dutch get defeated, just not right now. I don't mind if they die, because then we can take Ceylon without fear of inciting a larger European war. But if they could wait, but even then, the fear was if they were destroyed in Europe, their territory would become a rebel territory, which somebody else could invade, but the AI seemingly doesn't do that very often. So I shouldn't be worried about them doing that. I think the army has gathered near Naroon. They are gathering their army there. Mysore is... yeah. We'll have 4 armies at the front. That will become 2 armies, effectively. Then we will start... then we'll come back and deal with these scallywags. Recruitment, that's all good. Let's upgrade the craft workshop in the south. Like what I want to do. Have this army up, ready to fight. This army into a position where they can just jump onto Akbarabad really quickly. You'll take a few turns to get there. Reinforcements are on the way. If they're all... if the Mughals have decided to fall back into their cities, then I'm going to want to jump on that, really. If I can destroy their armies in city battles, it makes it so much simpler in the long run. The Ottomans, it'd be super useful if you decided to kill the Safavid Empire so their ships can't raid our trade ports. But there's not a lot we can do about that. I mean, once we take out the Mughal Empire, I will try and make peace with the Safavids and just say, no, you know what, let's relax. We're all friends. I do eventually want to push into Persia. Particularly taking Esfahan's really handy because it's one territory that covers the entire region. The Islamic Emirate is saying, nope, you're not going to raid our ports. Thank you very much. Common land enclosures, good. Might get you back onto academic training doctrine because there's lots of recruitment costs and support costs reductions. Super useful right now. Or do you go for Lahore? You go for Akbarabad. You position to threaten Nerun. Could work. In which case, I don't want to spend any money really, unless it helps my economy. Some farm upgrades, not all of them, but just some. Still want to build up my war chest. I could rapidly take Lahore and Akbarabad, force a peace again, and then I've got them bottled up in Nerun and Afghanistan. Although I expect at that point they would probably refuse a peace deal, because obviously they are aware that in that instance peace is death. Okay, let's not. We're going to make sure we don't spend too much. So we've got roughly 2,000 in the bank right now. I might upgrade a couple of farms, maybe. I do chiefly want to... build up a bit of a war chest so that when the Mughal fleet attacks us, we're not immediately screwed. Yeah, I might not do it. Get on it. Tea plantation's up. Basic iron mine is up in Berar. Still plenty of territories are being blockaded, and that the raiding by the Safavids is now really starting to bite. Beef trade, just to get us another trade route. They're being raided because they're being... It looks like all of my trade really is going up here. It's going up here through there, and look, they've only got brigs and sloops, but I can't really do anything else. I can make my own brigs, but they're nearly 2,000 each. No, I just can't do it. So in like one turn, I could get Akbarabad. The second turn, I could get Lahore. And we'll probably have a fight near Nerun to the west as well. But yes, the Mughal fleet will blockade a trade port somewhere, and there is, when it comes to India, there is one key target. Pretty sure there's one. Well, there's an area where a bunch of trade routes all combine into one. So it can be lucrative to raid that. Yeah, until I secure the continent, I start to engage in a naval research program. I'm a bit buggered when it comes to overseas affairs. That's kind of why I'm putting such a big premium on securing the continent, then turtling, building up our economy, get the universities up and running. That's the main thing, because we're going to reach a point where we're going to have more money than we're going to have things to invest in. And the natural response is to then start investing in your military, which is useful as long as you're using it to help further your economic growth. Otherwise, it just represents a drain. Pirates chasing down the Spanish, and they appear to have done okay. Pirates appear to be actually going quite strong. I think you might range to help fight that action. Probably want. Oh, another handful of turns wasted. I'm probably going to want you. Unless they don't go straight for the city. I just start engaging them in an action. Force them to respond to me, I guess. One option. You can't get Lahore in one turn. Ah, to hell with it. We'll probably go with it next turn. We've got 3 full stacks sat on the go line, ready to rock and roll. We're not going to sit there and wait. If I can get to the west of Akbarabad, I might be able to engage without bringing in that reinforcing army. Or I could attack that reinforcing army first. Of course, to be fair, all of this supposes the Mughals haven't been sneaky when it comes to their alliance building, and they have actually managed to gain an alliance with somebody who is frustrating. So right now they have... It was previously just an alliance with the Safavids. Hey! Still just the Safavids. Come and get us. Yes, please. Opportunity to intercept? Yes, please. And I am going to fight this battle because you guys... It's been a bit dry for you guys the last few turns. Let's make sure we don't end on a flat note. So it's really nice of them to attack me. They've got lots of good cavalry. We're going to knock them back. I wonder if they'll attack my main army, or if they'll attack anywhere else. Either way, it was really nice of them to attack me. Because in the eyes of the world, they are now the aggressors. I am the aggressee. Oh yes. So, they are... They have been ambushed, but I don't want to fight this as an ambush. I am okay with fighting this like a more traditional battle and just relying on this really good ground and firepower and my cavalry doing some good work. But the stakes are too high to risk an ambush. Something like that. Behind each brigade, place melee unit. Select my guns. Just engage their cavalry. Don't bother about anything else. Big whiff. Goes up into the... Swords out. Well, gentlemen. Where's it? More cavalry over onto this flank. Super useful having these guns up here to be on. Commit. Hindu musketeers. Excellent hits. Melee infantry back. The canister shot. Nice of them, really. They're advancing with most of their cavalry and leaving their infantry back. Very ragged squares, guys. You want to position them a bit more. Goes. Fine. Beat back, beat up the hill. Guns switch to round shot, engage them. Go. By other cavalry detachments around onto the flank. Being countercharged by melee infantry. Lots of routing there. Charge. Hacking their way through the Cav. Oh, these guys need to make sure they are no longer in square formation. One of our cavalry units got surrounded. Hindu warriors. Let the dervishes catch them. Bring these lancers back. Attack them, you cowards! Why does nobody want to charge this unit of dervishes? Look! There we go, charge them in the rear. That cavalry unit's going to rout for sure. They are pinned against the flank. Bring the melee, these infantrymen back. New men back. Aim at the Pashtun infantry. The Dar Lancers. Engage the dervishes. This hasn't gone to plan at all. This whole engagement on the right flank just got really out of hand. The Dar Lancers are fighting off the cavalry. They question who routes first. It's going to be the Lancers. It's got to be. You men withdraw to the guns-ish. Still holding. Withdraw. Don't worry about the... Well, you can fight the levy, to be fair. Hindu warriors are... Because they're not fighting. They're just running. Like, look, I've given them an order to attack. Oh, they're being shot at with bow fire as well. Hey, we killed the enemy on the flank. You have my permission to go after that unit of dervishes. The Hindu warriors, again, they had orders to attack again, and they ran away again. So, not ran away as in withdrew, but I mean they were literally like... Oops. They were literally like, had orders to attack a unit and just kept moving away. Quite what that was about, I don't know. Hey, there's a bunch of their light archers. The light archers never committed the action. You men, bayonet charge. No, you men are useless. You did come back. I was going to just have you sat at the back of the map. You are not worthy of a place at in this army. Hacking up the native militia. Got him. Okay, let's take... Oh, not retreat. Advance you men up towards the next archer unit. Or the archer block that's forming. With cavalry and the general. Hey. While everybody else... Okay, let's maybe make the artillery not shoot, because that round shot just landed exactly where I wanted to drop my infantry. No, this is a very messy action. That action down here on the right, I didn't expect this to grow as consequential as it did. Get in there. Cavalry, get in there. Whip around the flank. You try to take out that Asham's infantry unit. Then run them down. Firing. Knock a few of these out. Kill a handful of these. Watch it. Not quite the outcome I was after, but an outcome I will take, because I'm pretty sure that was their only real army near Neroon, unless they have another. Which, if they do, that would suck. But let's find out if things are going to suck or not. Other than that, if that was their main offensive, then we are in a position to drive forward. But at the very least, they were suffering from economic problems now. They've now lost access to any and all trade, so their financial situation must be quite poor. There we go. They're down to less than 500 men. Oh, yes. Perfect. Oh, here comes the blockade. So, one of their armies it ran into Akbarabad. So they are going to be ripe for their plucking. Now the question is, how much of an economic hit have we taken as a result of the blockades? We've got 7,000 in the bank. Okay, we're up 1,000-ish a turn. You can replenish. Move up into their territory, but not quite all the way. You make an end run for Lahore. There is an army here, but not much of one. You men jump onto Akbarabad. At which point, you guys, instead of running around, just go down this... Follow the river. Because... Well, I mean, I'm not going to spend any money on anything. You have this engagement to fight. Hoping they'll fall back to the city. Yeah, you'll have a really good crack at this city, because there's only a couple of units left out here in the wilderness. This engagement here will be pretty significant. But looking at the timer, it's definitely time to end the episode. So, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you've enjoyed, and we'll see you next time for the assault on Akbarabad. Cheers, everyone.